Nashville seems to change every day. New homes and buildings are popping up, but who's helping to manage all that growth? In some areas of town, neighbors are actually getting a say in how their neighborhood changes. News Channel 5's Jesse Knutson is outside of the Metro Planning Commission. And Jesse, right now officials are meeting with neighbors from Highland Heights.
Yeah, and they're trying to work together to try and come up with a plan for this neighborhood to best adapt to all the growth that's happening in Nashville. And their small area study started this morning with a bus tour out there in Highland Heights with community leaders.
Driving through Highland Heights between Ellington Parkway and Dickerson Pike, street by street really gives you an overview of this neighborhood. New development next to old homes, empty lots that are zoned commercial, not residential, and plenty of people who are passionate about the neighborhood.
That's a rehabbed house that they added onto. It's absolutely gorgeous. And that's the type of thing I'd love to see, more rehabbing than rezoning and heavy density.
Gordon Stacy Harmon has lived in Highland Heights for about 10 years, and he, along with many others, are very invested on how the area grows.
We're very concerned about the traffic. We're very concerned about that increased density, how it's going to change the face of the neighborhood.
That's why he was happy to go around with planning officials today to point out some positives and some negatives that are planned for the Highland Heights neighborhood.
Less than an acre, 13 dwellings.
This comes as part of the planning department's small area study, where they go into a specific neighborhood and dive in, working on a design for the neighborhood with the input of those who live there, then present it for consideration.
Right now we're balancing the interests of the development community that is looking for opportunities to build new housing, and then the existing community and the residents that live there and their goals for the community.
And that's not an easy job here in Nashville, where constant growth is unavoidable.
This is one of the older historic homes.
The hope is to make it the most fair to those involved.
Now you have some neighbors that don't like to see the growth, but you also have some neighbors that like the growth, so it's very tough here.
Now this comes after neighbors say Metro made a land use policy change last year without notifying them, so they're hoping that all of this input can help them go back and help have a say in what this neighborhood will turn into. Live in Nashville, Jesse Knutson, News Channel 5.